You just heard a ring bell and a heartbeat, so it's another edition of Wrestling in the Basement. Wrestling in the Basement Clash of Champions edition. Mm-hmm. So it was our first Raw pay-per-view. Last 2 weeks ago, we had our first SmackDown pay-per-view. We'll say which one's better later. We'll compare at the end of the video, not in the beginning. Let's just run through the matches real quick, and then we'll get into it, okay? Let's break it down. So, Clash of Champions, 2016. Not Night of Champions, not Clash of the Champions, like the old WCW pay-per-view. It's Clash of Champions. Whatever.
Know
the, and change night to Clash. So, it's just these little minor tweaks. Well, you got, what do we say, 19 pay-per-views or something now? Thanks, WWE. Fuck you. So Clash of the Champions. We start off with the pre-show, like always. Nia Jax versus the Foxy one, Alicia Fox. This match was better than any match Nia Jax has had in WWE till this point. I'll say that much. She wins, obviously. I mean, that was probably the easiest match of all night to call. Who was going to win that one. Oh, shout out Vikings. Taking down the Panthers today, 3-0. Just got to get that out there. What up, Vikings? Purple Cup, full effect.
He won't be saying that halfway into the season.
Hey, we're almost a quarter way next week. 3-0, baby. All right. So, but that's not why we're here. We're here wrestling. Now, this isn't football recap. This is wrestling recap. Nia Jax beats the Foxy one. Whatever. It was cool. It was fine. She looks like a beast. She is a beast. Dominant.
The most dominant.
Dominant. She's dominant because she's big, and she was a model. I don't buy that.
She's a while away, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, whatever. I don't want to get myself in trouble with something I'm about to say. Well, let's get into the main show. Main show. New Day versus the Club to start the show off. New Day retains. I'm fine with this. I would have kind of liked to see Gallows and Anderson get it, but I did like how Gallows and Anderson weren't playing. They came down and they were beating ass in this match. Like they were throwing
serious,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't Dr. Gallows and Dr. Anderson. There were none of that stupid shit we've been seeing lately.
They're what people actually like about Gallows and Anderson.
Right, what their characters could be. But they lost. Now, the one thing I do like about the win, though, it wasn't clean. Xavier hit him with Francesca, too. And they got the 1-2-3. Not a clean win. New Day will do anything to retain those titles. And I think that's maybe a good angle to go for now. But
and they've been kind of getting away. I mean, they've been turning them into, like, the face. But they can't stray too far from that. Because the reason people like them is their heel origin.
Right, right.
So you got to keep
what they used
a little
to do.
Bit of that.
No, I like it. But the New Day thing's getting a little stale. It's going to be time to switch it up soon. I maybe want to see them drop the belts to reinvigorate them to try to win them back again.
Yeah.
That could lead to some fun stuff, but whatever. They win. So for now, they're still your WWE World Tag Team Champions. Right? You know it. So then we got the Cruiserweight division debuted on Raw last Monday. We watched the Cruiserweight Classic. He watched a few of the episodes. I saw the whole 10-week thing. Watched the finals right before Night of Champions because he didn't know who TJ Perkins was. Or TJP is how I like to... Well, that's what they all call him now is TJP.
Yeah.
I loved his intro, by the way, the video game stuff. He was dabbing, doing the finger guns thing, all his classic stuff. He's been doing it for 18 years, but he's only like 31 years old. So he's primed. It was weird he didn't show up on Raw at all. They only had the fatal four-way for who was going to be his number one contender. He didn't show up. So we finally got him a little bit. His mics, the interview wasn't great.
Yeah.
It was a little rough. It was. The match itself, though, with Brian Kendrick was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't Cruiserweight Classic level. No. I think time had a part to play in that.
Yeah.
I also think there's no real storyline right now with these two. I mean, it's just
no feud,
this is the
so
champion. He got the
number
one contendership. They had a match. It was good. TJ Perkins retains. If you didn't watch the Cruiserweight, please go check it out if you don't know who these people are, because they are going to start stealing the show, I feel, week in and week out. If it wasn't for that Cruiserweight match last Monday, Raw almost would have been fucking unwatchable. That's, no, like, legitimately. This was a good match. It wasn't a great match. I like Kendrick headbutting him at the end, doing the heel shtick. It's going to set the roles, let him start building a feud. I like this. Let this be his first feud. Kendrick's going to help to put the new kid over. Yep. It makes sense, and I like it. And it was clean. It was a clean victory. 1, 2, 3. We got the headbutt afterwards. It was nice. It was good. Then we got. You know what? I would give this match of the night if it wasn't for the ending. So we got Cesaro, Sheamus, match 7 of 7. Great match. They're chanting, "This is awesome." Brian doesn't know what to do with water bottles. It was a great match. And then they did this ending that made absolutely no sense. It was no contest, or it was a not double DQ, but it was just like it ended in a draw. No, it ended in a draw. No contest draw. So nobody wins. Doctors stopped it. I hated the ending. If it wasn't for that ending, I'm telling you, this could have been match of the night, which surprises me most of all saying that, because I don't love Cesaro and Sheamus.
The minute we're like, oh, it's Cesaro and Sheamus, time to go outside and take a
smoke break.
Yeah, we come back in and it's just friggin' going bananas.
It was a Donnybrook, you know. It was a Donnybrook.
I don't.
That's
get that.
That's an old timey saying, you know.
Yeah.
When you're old like me,
Back
you're
in the
familiar
50s.
with with that terminology. But you youngsters out there, go ahead and look it up. You know, and just look it up. So then, yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know where they're going with this. What title are they going to get a chance at for whoever wins? So are we going to get a match 8 now on Raw? Probably. Is that going to be the deciding match? Who knows? I don't know. It's just anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Have the finish. You had everyone
and
invested.
It's not like you didn't
and
have
then
enough matches for them. Like, geez, do we really
7.
need 8?
No, we don't. Finish it on the 7th. Give us wrap up this storyline and build towards something new. Unless they don't know what they're going to do now. I don't know. See, I think they're... whatever. So then we got Zayn versus Jericho. Really great match. Like a really good match. Jericho ends up winning clean over Zayn. I'm okay with this because Jericho's taken a lot of L's, especially pay-per-view losses over the last calendar year.
And he needs to
Dating
stay
all the way
relevant.
back to fucking losing to Fandango at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Remember that? He lost to Jericho lost to Fandango at WrestleMania.
But somehow beat Sami Zayn. So
somehow
does that
beats-
mean
right.
Fandango is better than Sami Zayn?
Yes. So by if you draw that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So, but I think this is going to be the start of a feud. They're going to build towards something. This is not the last time we're going to see these two probably on a pay-per-view, which I'm totally cool with. Because either way, they could take this feud and spin it into whoever's going after the Universal title after Owens and Rollins finish their feud, realistically. You could either have KO and Jericho break up and feud, or you could have Sami Zayn going after Kevin Owens for the title, the most relevant thing.
Well, and honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have Owens and Jericho feud because Jericho beat Zayn, who beat Owens.
No, I mean,
so it would make it.
They're setting it up where
Yeah.
they can go either way with it, which I like that. Well, that's why I say I'm okay with this. So then we have the women's title match: Charlotte versus Sasha versus Bayley. It was a fine match. It wasn't as good as the SummerSlam match.
No.
Bayley looks really weak.
Yeah.
That match made Charlotte look phenomenally strong.
Yeah.
Like the strongest she's probably ever looked. She had some iffy promo stuff too.
Yeah.
Leading up to.
Well, and it's not like it just looked. It almost felt more like a squash match than really made her look strong. You know what I mean?
Well, slightly, because Sasha had her moments of strength too, though. They just really made Bayley look weak overall, which I
Right.
think is fine. Because I think they're gonna build her as like the lovable underdog, hopefully maybe until like Mania, and then give her title.
Yeah.
Like I could see them doing something like that, but I'm okay with this match. Like, see the theme running in all these matches. Do you see the theme? Okay, if you haven't, you'll see it. Then we got Roman Reigns versus Rusev. again, I was fine with this match. Roman Reigns wins. It was the only title to change hands. Oops, spoiler for the next match, but whatever. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine, right?
Well, you really can't have a Reigns victory that's more than that.
It's exactly. So then we got Owens versus Rollins. Great match. Weird fucking ending.
Yeah.
So it was fine. Owens retains, which he should have. Jericho got involved, which he shouldn't have. I want Owens to win clean because the way he won the title with Triple H's help, he needs to look stronger and not like he constantly needs help to retain.
Yeah.
But maybe this is an angle they're working. The referee took one of the weakest bumps I've ever seen and then was down on the ground for 20 fucking minutes and like couldn't get up. Then they finally sent out a referee. Stephanie comes out with the referee finally after like 10 minutes of
that's
God
also
only
part
knows
of the
what's going on.
angle.
Right, and then as soon as that comes down, he gets Rollins gets powerbombed by KO. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Again, it was fine, but that if you haven't realized, the theme of this evening's pay-per-view is it was fine. What were we saying at Backlash? It was surprisingly good. We very much enjoyed it. Matches were phenomenal. They had more time. Now this had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches. So we had 2 less for the SmackDown pay-per-view. And each match had more time to go.
Right.
I'm gonna say I didn't love this pay-per-view. It was fine, and that's not okay.
For the flagship.
Flagship for any pay-per-view, it's got to be good. It's got to be. Backlash was better than good, but not great.
Well, and they had less time.
And they had less time. They didn't go as long. They had less matches. Each match had more focus on it. Even though the storylines weren't even as well built. Think they've been building these since. This is the first Raw pay-per-view.
Right.
So they've been building these feuds since SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. They had an extra 2 weeks to build their feuds, and they didn't do as good of a job. SmackDown is actually becoming a little bit better show just because it's more condensed, it's more streamlined, and it's more focused.
Yeah.
Raw's too up and down. You got good, you got
It's
bad.
almost like that argument with like 24-hour news where it gets
Right.
to a point where they're reporting on literally everything, like the dumbest things ever.
Right.
Because you don't have a time frame, so like you have to fill with fluff space. Obviously on a much smaller scale,
Right.
but that extra hour, it seems like
No, it does.
just sucks
because
away from them.
well, and it ends up being fucking filler. It ends up being majority filler, and it's really weird. I'm gonna give this pay-per-view a B-. Too many weird endings. I remember when at the end of the Backlash video, I said I'm invested. Mm-hmm. I'm invested in these feuds going forward. I'm invested in No Mercy coming up. I'm invested in Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch.
Speaking of No Mercy, that friggin' Miz No Mercy
Dude.
promo.
Oh, so good. It's his wife.
The greatest.
It's like a perfume commercial with his wife narrating it. It's so great. God,
Dude, that was like made watching this pay-per-view worth it.
SmackDown's doing a good thing. So, like I said, B- for my grade. What about you?
I'm going to give it 2 H's out of 3.
2 H's out of 3.
Because there was no Triple H there.
Wasn't, and there was no Triple H, which I liked that.
I didn't.
Save him for Survivor Series. Save him for a bigger pay-per-view. I'm okay with that. Because their next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell. I don't want to see Triple H there either. I want him to show up at Survivor Series, and then leading up to like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season, then we start to figure out why he screwed Rollins. Him and Rollins need to start feuding, and so KO has to have a different feud because KO is going to still be champion at that point.
So you know what that means? That means Hell in a Cell, KO gets a clean victory.
No, because it's Hell in a Cell. There's no such thing as a clean victory in a Hell in a Cell match. Because it's Hell in a Cell. There's no DQ. There's no anything. Jericho can come down. Have you ever how many Hell in a Cell matches end like clean in the middle of the ring?
Well, you know what I mean.
But
by
okay, I
clean.
get what you're saying, and maybe we'll see. I'm curious to see what they do.
The referee won't get knocked out.
Yeah,
because he got tapped on the shoulder.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't go that far. They'll do anything. You never put anything past Vince and company. He's a maniac. Love that guy, but psychopath. Underwhelmed. I'm excited for Raw tomorrow night, but not as excited as I am for SmackDown on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for No Mercy. It is what it is.
Well, and the stupidest thing is, Raw has all of the talent that we really wanted to see realistically.
Right.
Like, I mean, yeah, you got Reigns, but Cena is over on frickin'
SmackDown. Cena,
which
Orton,
even Cena,
Orton, Ambrose, Wyatt.
they've even managed to make Cena like I actually want to see the match between Cena,
Styles, and Ambrose. I think that's going to be a freaking Donnybrook.
which is crazy because like a month ago I was like, God, I am so happy Cena is not like,
around.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of good having him take a pay-per-view off. Although this is okay. This is a Raw pay-per-view one, so
Right.
we shouldn't get too deep in the SmackDown pay-per-view stuff. We'll get there, when the SmackDown pay-per-view happens. We love you, SmackDown. We love you too, Raw. Just not as much because you disappoint us on a regular basis. Your show pisses me off almost weekly with about at least a third of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this pay-per-view was underwhelming. It was fine, but it needs to be better than fine. That's all I'm going to say. Do better. Do better. So, well, it's late. We got an episode to shoot now. But you know where to find us, and you know what to do when you find us there. Wink, wink. Until next time, deuces.